How many of you have had multiple bosses? Yeah, right? I mean, all of us. And personally, I know I have too. And I've had the experience of really getting along well with my boss, and I've had experiences of not and clashing with them. So today, I'm going to be talking about 5 different leadership styles through dance. They are flowing, staccato, chaos, lyrical, and stillness. I picked dance because it's a passion of mine. And by no means am I a professional, as you'll see in my cool moves here coming up. But I enjoy dance, just as I didn't see myself as a leader, but I do lead. So my wish and promise to you is by the time that I'm done, you'll have a better idea of what style resonates with you, how to work with others, and you might pick up some of my moves, so watch out. Let's begin. So the first style is flowing. The motto of this style is a journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. The dance style resembles hula. It is a fluid, circular, continuous motion that embodies constantly shifting sound and movement. The leadership style, what you need to know about this, is that it likes to take one step at a time. It likes to assess the movement in the organization. And it also likes to think through their decisions, moving slowly yet inevitably towards their goals and objectives. The movement is visible and it's extroverted. They dance to their own inner drummer. So metaphorically, this is about knowing who your true core self is and being grounded in your values. How to work with this style. When you're working with this style, allow time for them to process and work through what you're asking. And how to develop this style. Again, it's about being grounded in your true self and knowing your values, so find your comfort zone. When I envision this leader, I see Michael Jordan. I see him connecting with the ball, his teammates, his opponents, the court, as he's taking one step at a time until he's making that basket. Staccato. So this one, the motto is ready, fire, aim. And typically, it should be ready, aim, fire, but not with this leadership style. So this leadership style is about, direction isn't as important as just doing something. So this dance resembles the cha-cha-cha. It's short, it's sharp, it stops, it starts. It's a burst of energy moving in various directions. I know that move was really good, right? So with this leadership style, it's about, this leader is very direct. They will tell you what needs to be done. They will take risks, they will break rules, they challenge the status quo, they go for the gold. In short, they do. So they also, in this style, they like to add dramatic flair, where they will come in, shake things up, get things moving. When I envision this, I think of the 6th man on the Nuggets. His nickname is the Manimal, and he is a beast. He will add that dramatic flair. He comes in and he energizes and gets things moving. Many entrepreneurs are this style, and also they're good in situations that call for quick, clear surgical responses. They're good in periods of crisis or an emergency. So when you're working with this style, really simple. Be bright, be brief, be gone. And then when you're developing this style, it's about, this leader is about knowing or taking action, not just any action, the right action. So goal setting is key. Chaos. So the motto is think outside the box. The dance resembles techno or trance. So do, 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 right? It's about letting the movement itself control the body, what direction the body takes. Knowing that sometimes the body is smarter than the brain. So chaos tends to get a bad rap because for many of us, we like to control and understand many aspects of our lives. But with this leadership style, it's not about control. It doesn't need to have control. It doesn't need to know all the answers. With this style, it's about believing in the people, their purpose, and their principles. So when you're working with this style, I would say, if you're thinking outside the box, I'm thinking of Albert Einstein. I'm thinking that, try a different approach. And so when you're developing this style, be able to stay, stand, and be present in the midst of the storm, and don't disappear. Being able to just stand there with somebody gives them courage. Also, break down barriers and rebuild new ones. The next style is lyrical. So the motto is adapt. It's survival of the fitting. Not the fittest, but the fitting with this style. So the dance style resembles ballet. It is twirling and swirling, light on your feet, reach for the sky elegance. It's deceptive because it looks far easier than it really is. When I think of something, a vision that comes to my mind is a swan on top of a lake where it looks effortless, but underneath it's paddling and working really hard. Some key things to know about lyrical is that it is an introverted style and that it is involved. This leader will inquire, engage, empathize, pull people out of their shells. They also can think quick on their feet, adapt to situations, and they can multitask. So when you're working with this style, I think we've probably all been there where we're going and heading down a path, and then 5 minutes later it changes. Be able to roll with it. Because in order to develop it, it's about change is inevitable. It's going to happen. It happens all the time, and you can't control certain things, but you can control how you act to them. So be adaptable. Stillness. So the motto is, be the change you wish to see in this world. I'm not doing that movement. And actually, you really can't see this movement. It's an internal movement. The movement rises from the ocean of being inside, so it's not visible to the eye. Some key things to know about this style is that it uses silence. It also listens to both the inner and the outer voice, and it models the behavior that others want to emulate. So when I envision this leader and that motto, I see Martin Luther King and I see Gandhi. So when you're working with this style, work on listening. And how to develop that style, there's an exercise that takes 30 seconds to 2 minutes where you just listen without interruption to somebody. And it sounds pretty easy, but most of us will want to interject some commentary, but just listen. So now that I've gone through the 5 different leadership styles, there isn't a right one or a wrong one. There may be 1 or 2 that resonate with you, and there might be 1 or 2 that don't, or you're in between. There are 2 that resonate with me that are, my leadership style is lyrical and stillness. And with lyrical, I find that I can multitask. I can empathize and inquire, and I pull people out of their shells. And I also feel that that complements stillness because I can listen. If you want to know your style, I do have an assessment in the back. You guys can just grab a copy and take and see what you score higher on. And so in the beginning, I asked you, and we talked about, getting along, having multiple bosses, and if you've clicked or clashed with them. Although that I resonate with those 2 styles, we all have to get along with everybody, and you have to flex your style because it takes 2 to tango. Are you ready to tango?